Hi everyone, it's Joy, and welcome to the March 2022 Vlog Hub. I am a demonstrator here in the United States in the Denver, Colorado area, and we are doing a rainbow theme Vlog Hub this month. I'm going to be using the Here Together stamp set and the Here For You dies. They are a limited edition item that will only be around for a couple of more months until I think early May. So it has these really great sayings and some really fantastic dies. It has some large words which are here for you and you matter, and then of course it cuts out the two hand images in this set. Now I'm not going to be using the hand images for mine, so I'm going to be using something a little bit different with this bundle, but I hope you enjoy my presentation. To start out, I'm using a card base of the basic white thick cardstock. This is a little thicker, has a little more weight than the regular basic white, and it is really good for card bases. I am using an A2 size card base, so if you use an A4, I will have measurements at the end of this video if I forget to say them as I'm going along. This is half of a sheet of cardstock, so this is 11 inches by 4¼ inches. If you were using A2, it would be about 29.7 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters. And then I have scored it in half at the 5½ inch mark, or it would be 14.9 if you're using an A4. And that would be 14.9 centimeters. I have gone ahead and I have scored this, and I'm going to use my bone folder to give that a nice good crease. So we are starting out with our white card base. And then for my rainbow, I have taken strips. They are 3/4 of an inch wide by 4¼ inches to fit exactly across my card base. So that would be about 2 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters. And I have Real Red, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Garden Green, Pacific Point, Blackberry Bliss, and Rich Razzleberry. I've used those to create my rainbow. And if you are looking closely, you will see that I have marked a 1/4 inch mark, or about, let's see, 0.6 centimeters, 0.6 centimeters if you're doing metric. I have marked that with a pencil. I'll go ahead and show you that. I put that on my trimmer, and I put that at the 1/4 of an inch, or 0.6 centimeters. And then I took a pencil and I ran that down my track to make a pencil mark. And I made it a little bit darker so that you could be sure and see that. But I did that on all of my pieces. And there's a reason for that, because I'm going to be using this heart-shaped die on the end of all of these pieces of cardstock, these strips. And I have my platform. Go ahead and put my piece down on my die cutting platform, and then I am going to position this heart against, the edge against where the pencil mark is, and then attach some washi tape to hold this down while I run it through the die cutting machine. To save time, I've gone ahead and die cut all of these strips. And then I found it was easier, rather than attaching the strips individually, I went ahead and taped all of those strips together using some cellophane tape. I have one little piece left to do. And as you can see, I have cellophane taped all of those strips together. It was easier to do it that way and have one big piece to attach to the front of my card base and be able to get everything straight. Otherwise, if you get the first strip off, the rest of your strips are all going to be off. So let's attach this to the front of our card base. I hope I get this straight on camera. And we can start working on the rest of our card. To go along with our heart theme, I'm bringing in our heart and scalloped heart punches. And I'm going to bring in some black cardstock, some of the basic black, because I like the contrast of the black and white with those very vibrant colors. And I'm going to turn this over so you can see the window. And punch that out. So we have a nice black heart. And then I have a piece of the basic white. And I'm going to use that for the scalloped heart. The sentiment I'm going to be using comes from the stamp set. It says, "We'll get through this together." And I'm going to be using that with some of the white craft ink. This is an old pad, so it still says Whisper White on it. And I also need an anti-static pad. We used to sell these. We no longer carry these, but it really is kind of important to use an anti-static powder of some kind. Get a good amount on there, and then I'm going to stamp the words on here with the basic white, and then I will emboss them with the white embossing powder. Well, that didn't quite come out. My stamping didn't quite come out the way I wanted it to. So paper has two sides. So I'm going to start over again and hopefully get it on try number 2. Okay, we'll try that one. Now I need to bring in a coffee filter and my white embossing powder. So we will go ahead and sprinkle some of this on. Need a coffee filter to save all that lovely powder because we use it over and over. Just kind of flick the rest of that off. Want to go ahead and show you how to emboss that. So we want to go ahead and put all of this lovely precious powder back into our jar and attach the cap and try to get a little bit more of that off. Let's go ahead and emboss this. I wanted to show you, to get that anti-static powder off, just take a tissue and wipe the rest of that off so it doesn't look quite so dusty. After that cools. But again, this piece is a little nicer, so we're going to go ahead and use this piece here. And I need some dimensionals, so I'm going to pull in some of the black Stampin' Dimensionals because this is a dark cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and put some of those on and then attach this to the white scalloped heart. And we can go ahead and attach that onto our card front. Got some strays of that powder came off on my surface of my, must be on my stamping surface. We'll attach that on here, and now we need some ribbon. So I'm taking the white crinkled seam binding ribbon. I'm going to try this bow that I just started using. So you've got your two little rabbit ears here, and then going to go ahead, I'll start that again. Two little rabbit ears, and then you can wrap them around each other to tie a bow. And then you want to just play with your ends so that you get them the way you want it. So we have a nice little bow, leaving the tails long on purpose. But I want to trim off just a little bit. And get a glue dot so I can bring my bow to the glue dot, and then when you pull it up, the glue dot stays on the ribbon. I'm going to attach this onto our card, move it down just a little bit. And then I think I want to trim this so that my angles are matching on my ribbon. So there we have that. Now we need one more little touch, and that is some of our rhinestone basic jewels. And this is an old package, so we don't have these little strings of them anymore in our packages. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to use the end of my scissors. Sometimes I use a take your pick tool, but I'm not sure where it's hiding out. And then I'm going to put that right here in each heart. There we have 7 hearts and 7 rhinestones. So the outside of my card is finished. Now we just need to go ahead and finish off the inside. Now if you're wondering, I kept the little hearts from my cutouts here, and I'm going to put those on the inside. And I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus. And put my card base, the inside right up against those corners. Make sure that I put a magnet down to hold that in place. And I'm going to take some of the multi-purpose liquid glue, put a little bit of that on the back, and then go ahead. I'm going to put the green is the middle one. So I'm going to put that one on first, and I marked where I needed that. And then I can finish doing the rest of these. Now we have our hearts on, and hopefully I got those straight because I can't see directly overhead, as that's where my camera is. And I have the I Promise sentiment also from this All Together stamp set. And I'm going to use some of the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Bring in a dry erase eraser. Kind of help give that some firm, even pressure. And I tried to put this kind of equally distant between the edge of the cardstock and my hearts. There we go. That looks beautiful. So now I'll put this away. And you can see we have a beautiful outside. There's the outside. And a beautiful inside for our card. It says, we'll get through this together, I promise. And my youngest sister is going through some really tough health issues right now. And so I will be sending this card to her. Again, I wanted to show you the Here Together stamp set and the Here For You dies. They will be available for a limited time. They are not in any of the catalogs. Please be sure to talk to the demonstrator that invited you to this vlog hop if you have one, and order these items from her. If you do not have a demonstrator and are in the United States, scroll down to the bottom of the description and you will see information on how to order these items. As always, please make sure that you click on the link in the description. It should be at the very beginning of this description. There is a link. And if you click that link, you can hop to the next person in this vlog hop. You will absolutely want to see all of the projects that are being done for this month's rainbow theme with all the other demonstrators that are participating in our vlog hop. So until next time, bye.